Everybody, and welcome to our week number 14 Twitch live stream. I can't believe we're in week 14. I'm sorry that we didn't get to meet last week. Last week was such a crazy, hectic week between the fire and the election and the power outages at the campus and just everything that happened. So I hope everyone is safe and taking care of themselves and hanging in there, especially as we reach like mid-November. We don't have that much left of our semester, and I know this starts to become kind of a crazy and hectic time. So I hope everyone is doing okay. It is week 14 for us in our research methods class. I want to jump back in and kind of talk about what we have going on this week and a little bit of feedback from last week. And again, I'm sorry that we weren't able to meet last week with the power outage, but at least we are here and meeting today. So I will definitely take that. So let's go ahead and head over to Canvas together. And as I said, if we scroll down, we're way down here. Hard to believe it, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks left. Thanksgiving is coming up. We're mid-November at this point. So we are in week number 14 right now. If we go back for just a second and we look at week 13, last week we had kind of like a different week in terms of I didn't have kind of much reading for you. It was more geared around starting to think about and prepare for that experiment proposal project. I really wanted to give you the opportunity to start thinking about that, as it is a big kind of final project that we have in the class. I really enjoyed all of the topics. A lot of you came up with some great ideas and kind of good beginnings of that experiment proposal project. If you lost points on the discussion last week, it was because you didn't quite give me enough. There was definitely some of you where I said I wanted a little bit more. I had posted that extra credit question in the announcement, so several of you took advantage of that, which was nice. But obviously there was no live stream and no recording. So this week we move on to week number 14, and it's our last APA formatting topic. So we are in APA formatting part 3 this week. And so I do have a little lecture for you and then some reading from the APA manual. So with the lecture, as always, you're going to want to read through that. This one is a little bit about how to cite sources in text, formatting a references page, the Beyond the Book page, a really wonderful video here made by one of our writing center tutors named Jasmine. She's fantastic. She went through citations and references in this. I would definitely recommend watching it, something that's going to be really helpful for you overall with APA formatting for this week and just in general. There's also some great APA style resources right here that you can find online for free. And then of course on the last page, the key terms that you need to know for the exam. You're reading this week, not in the textbook, but it is another one of those scanned copies from the APA manual. And forgive me again for it not being perfect, but it's free rather than making you purchase it. So hopefully that makes it a little bit better. It's about 26 of these shorter, smaller pages, but make sure you read through that. That is your reading for this week. There is also a lecture video with some PowerPoint slides, so make sure that you watch all of those, click on everything, read through the stuff that's assigned. As always, you want to make sure you do all of that. We do have a discussion and our last homework assignment this week, our last of 4. Again, sorry to keep saying it, but I can't believe we're at this point in the semester. So let's look at discussion 14 together and what we have going on here. As always, you have my instructions followed by a video. So for this discussion, you're going to be applying your knowledge that you learned this week related to APA formatting part 3. Make sure that you watch that Writing Center video that Jasmine made that I mentioned and showed you earlier, and that you read through that chapter in the APA style manual. Once you've done that, you're going to go to that APA practice exercises website and you're going to complete 2 little exercises. I think these are really helpful. I won't say they're fun or exciting, but I do think that they're really helpful for practicing APA style formatting. This isn't an easy thing to do, and you probably won't have a ton of papers where you have to do this, but it's good to know where to go to get help and kind of have that general idea. In your post, then, you're going to do a couple of things. So number 1, you're going to share your experiences from the exercises that you did. What did you understand versus what you didn't? What's most confusing? Kind of like you did back when we were doing part 2. And then the second part is worth the vast majority of your points here. you're going to create an APA style references page, and it's going to include these three different sources that are here. And I want to point out these sources are not properly formatted. That is on purpose, right? So what you're going to be doing is creating a reference page, putting these in the proper order, formatting them in the proper style. I'm grading you on your accuracy of formatting this references page according to that APA style 7th edition manual and how well you cite the sources. So make sure you take some time on that. You can upload an image, or it can be like your own separate file, whichever one is easier. But make sure it has all three of these plus all of the general formatting rules met for a references page. That's what I'm going to be judging you on. You'll also want to reply to a classmate to get those 2 points that are kind of easy to get. So this is really something that's going to help you with that final paper that we're doing. It's also going to help you with the homework assignment that you have this week and just APA style stuff in general. So for the fourth homework assignment, you're going to be taking an unformatted paper and putting it into APA formatting. So you're not creating anything new in the sense that you're not writing anything. You're taking this paper right here that's unformatted, and you're going to manipulate and change it so that it is properly formatted in APA style. So if you click on this right here, this unformatted paper, it's going to bring it up for you, and you probably want to download it so that you can make these changes. But if you open this and you're thinking of APA style formatting, there's no title page, hint, hint, right off the bat, right? There's a lot of things here, and anything that's highlighted in yellow is something that I want you to look at and address. There's lots of citations in here. A few of them are incorrect, and those are the ones in yellow that I'd like you to reformat and keep in yellow so I can find them very easily. So this is the unformatted paper. And then let's go look at the instructions together. So I just wanted to point out that that's where you can find the unformatted paper that you are manipulating and changing. And then here are the instructions. So let's take a look at the instructions. You're going to upload your file right here, right? You'll be having a new file that you are uploading. It's due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. The point of this is all about APA style, right? So I'm looking to see that you can correct and properly cite and format all of the stuff in an existing article. So it should be roughly 10 to 12 pages. It should have standard margins. It should have all those APA style things like the 12 font and double spaced and all that kind of stuff. Again, you're not writing it, but you're editing and correcting an originally an existing article. So if there's any spelling or grammar errors and stuff like that, don't worry about it. This is the stuff that I want you to address. So general formatting are the margins, the font, the line spacing, the indentation and page numbers. Are all those things correct? Is there a title page? Is that properly formatted? Does it have all this stuff on there? The body of the paper. What about each of the sections, right? Don't change the wording of any of the headings, but are the headings correct? Do we have the appropriate page breaks? What about the abstract? Any citations highlighted in yellow are incorrect and will need to be reformatted. You only need to do the ones that are highlighted, and please keep them highlighted so that I can find and grade them easily. So all of this will be done, and then you're going to re-upload it right here, and I'll be grading it on your accuracy of formatting and all of that kind of stuff. So it's basically your chance to show me that you understand and can put all those things to use, and you don't actually have to write a paper. So I think it's kind of an easier assignment in that way, but APA style is always a little tricky. So just make sure you're paying attention to all the details. I will, of course, give you that extra credit question in a few minutes, and I'll post a recording of this in a little bit after I've uploaded it and downloaded it. I also want to point out that starting next week, so starting on Monday next week, the last 3 weeks of the class will open up for you. Because our class is like a full semester class, I decided to make the last 3 weeks of content available for those of you who maybe have a lot going on, or maybe like me are traveling during Thanksgiving week. And so this will give you an opportunity if you wanted to work a little bit ahead. I am going to still be going week by week with my grading and the live streams, but if you wanted to work ahead and kind of complete those things, that will give you a little bit more flexibility. So I do have a couple of reminders for you, so let me put those in the chat. I did type this one out already, so let me put it in there. Please make sure to double check that subscription status. A lot of you have fallen off. I have like 300 students and I think only 19 of you are subscribed. So if you have the chance to renew that or do that, I appreciate it. It saves me an incredible amount of time. The other reminder I have for you, and I'll put this as well in the chat, our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, November 20th at 1 o'clock p.m. Okay, so that will be our next Twitch live stream that we have next week, and we'll go over the homework assignment and the reminders and things for next week. And so I hope that you'll be able to join me there. Finally, let me give you the extra credit question for this week and show you where you can answer that. If you're joining me live or if you're watching this later and you're subscribed, you can still do this as well. So this is the week number 14 Twitch extra credit. I want you to copy and paste the website link for 2 great APA style resources. So share, copy and paste the link for 2 great APA style resources. And I gave you some in the lecture. It can be a different one that you found that you thought was great, but you're going to be uploading those in Canvas. And so where you'll do that is right here, right? So we are in week 14. So here's the optional Twitch extra credit 14 that you'll click on. And then you'll click on Start Assignment up at the top. And that brings you your area where you can type your response. And then when you're done, go ahead and hit Submit for your confetti burst and moons. Why not, right? Moons. So those are the big things for this week. And again, starting next week, those last 3 weeks of materials will open up for you. I think that's going to be really helpful for those of you who might want to work ahead. Or maybe, again, you know you're going to have a lot coming up as we enter into like finals and things like that. But for this week, make sure you do those readings. Make sure you do the homework assignment. Don't forget about the discussion as well. And what I'll do is I'll hang out for a few minutes. If you have any questions, of course, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we're at like 15 minutes, like short and sweet. These are kind of hitting that short and sweet stage at this point as we've been together for quite a few weeks. And hopefully you're feeling pretty comfortable with the format of everything. So I'll hang out for a little while. I'm going to minimize my video so I'm not staring at myself. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all are doing well. And again, hang in there. Take care of yourselves. I know this is like a stressful time. So just try and do what you can to make sure that you practice some self-care as well. I know. I feel like it went by so fast. Yeah, I hope you have a great week, a great day. Thank you as well. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanksgiving is so soon. I'm getting ready for that turkey and all that food, right? All right, and I will hang out for a few more minutes if any of you do have any questions. Otherwise, feel free to get going on the materials from this week. And again, I hope you all have a wonderful week and are hanging in there.